Hello. Dirty trucking. I'm on my taking a break. It's after midnight here, so it's technically Saturday. Man, I got another dilemma. The motherfuckers in the app. Yesterday, I got a rider picked up from Amazon. Young man gets in here, said I must be tripping, but the app shows your car is blue, and then it says the word brown next to it. Far as I know, since I've had the vehicle, it's been burgundy. When I looked at the car, the color was burgundy. So, I had a passenger today. Young lady I picked up. She gets in. She says she didn't want to be walking to the wrong car because the color of the car shows blue. When did they switch the color of the car to blue? The shit is damn near impossible. This motherfucker to change the color of the vehicle, the car, you had to go into the app. And the only people have authority to do that is at the location. Where you get the car from, the rental car from. The location goes into the computer and uploads the right car. Now, I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to Vehicle Extension yet to get me over to the Uber rental department to see if they have anything to do with the color of the car being changed or being able to change it back to what it was. But this car is not blue. Hasn't been blue. The app never showed it as blue because I know for a fact that it was showing burgundy. I don't know when they switched it. It may have been that day the young man approached the car. Now, when this stuff happens, let me tell you how to catch or narrow down what's happening and who you spoke to or what transpired prior to something like that happening. One thing I do, two things I remember. One, I went to go into the app, and I noticed the vehicle wasn't even listed on there. And that was right during the time I was having a dispute about that $520 on the account. It was during that time when I was talking about that $520. I had called up to the location about that $520. The vehicle wasn't showing on the account, but it was showing down up under where it says select vehicle to drive. And I selected it. It put it back up where it belonged to. But even that picture was burgundy. Funny how shit started happening after you go up into that location or contact that location. I don't know what the fuck going on with that location. Now, that's the first thing I do remember before anybody. But even after that happened, nobody was approaching me talking about the color of the vehicle was different until yesterday. Well, technically the day before yesterday, because now it's after midnight, and yesterday would have been the day before yesterday, depending on what time I picked him up. If it had been before midnight, it'd have been the day before yesterday. If it was after midnight, it would technically been today, earlier this morning. But the young man got in the car talking about he must be tripping. The color of the car shows blue. Showed me his phone. I said, well, it's been burgundy since I've had the vehicle. I said, there must be something going on with Uber. These games, they like to play games. And I don't have time with games. But I noticed that could have happened after I called up to the location, speaking directly to the supervisor, who was the one that had the authority to adjust my billing, but told me she couldn't. I happened to go on the app. I don't know when I went on the app, but I know I went on the app and noticed the vehicle wasn't on there. It was down in the box for me to select to add vehicle to drive. How did it get down there? And if they didn't do it, that means that motherfucker that was stealing from me is in the app. But I think the location has something to do with it. Because when I gave him that new debit card, that's when the fraud started. When I took it to the location. Now, the car wasn't on the account, but I had to reselect the car to put it back on the account. But even after doing that, the car still was burgundy when I selected it, and when it was put on the account when I got the car. Second thing that I noticed that happened, I got a call from Huntington Bank. The woman asked me, did I have anything to prove that they had charged me $308? And I gave her the invoice that they give you for renting a car. Now, that took place before the young man came to the car talking about the car was showing blue. Now, that's the most recent incident. Them the only two incidents I know that took place before the color of this car changed on the app. Nobody's supposed to be changing the color of the car. You're confusing the customer. Has the same license plate, but the color is different. Why would you change the color of the car to blue? Does it have something to do with the lottery? I heard there was one person that hit. You changed the color of the car to blue. Michigan is a blue state. Depending on where that individual hit at, I don't know, where did they hit at? Where did that one individual win the Powerball at? What state was it? Was it a red state? What state was it? You switched the color of the car to blue. Why would you do that? And I bet you if I go to that location and talk to her right now, she gonna say she didn't do that. They don't know nothing about that. That mean that motherfucker's in the app. And if you was in the app, you have access to the wallet on the app where my earnings are. The motherfucker's in the app. So, you ain't stealing from the bank no more, so now you're trying to target the app. Why did you change the color of the car? Why did you change the color of the car? Who did that? Why the fuck would you do that? You know, I pick up riders. Riders don't like to be confused of what color car they're approaching. And I was shocked that this young man said the app showed it was a blue car, but it had the word brown next to it. They don't put words next to it. But I went on my app, and the car is showing now blue. That is not the color of the car when I selected it, even after it jumped off the app. But those are the two things I noticed that took place. So, which one is responsible? Now, the first incident was when I called the location about that $520. Now, they have the capability of going in the computer and getting the correct vehicle on there. But that's what they're supposed to do. Where did they get blue from? How did you turn this car blue with the same license plate? So, and the plates on this car is a different state. And I'm wondering, is somebody trying to... I'm wondering, where did they hit at? Did they hit in Arizona? Or are they trying to target the next win in Arizona by changing the color of the car? It's a reason they changed the color of the car. I told you, every time it's lottery time, Powerball time, big jackpot time, all this funny shit start happening. The weird phone calls. I already got the weird phone call from Utah today. Somebody was calling me from Utah. They always got to call the phone. What kind of fucking shit that you done rigged up where I got to get strange phone calls from weird ass states or even this state? I've had the strange phone call when it's lottery time. Powerball, I'm talking Powerball and Mega Man. I get these strange phone calls on that day. I've gotten them from a 313 number. Today was from a yesterday rather, because it's after midnight. Yesterday was from a Utah number. The fuck going on here? The only one able to upload that phone, to change the car information, is the location. Now, I have not spoken to Vehicle Extensions, which probably transfer me to the Uber rental department to see if they can change the color of the car back, or do they have the capability of changing the color? Why would you change the color on the app? Why did they change the color of the car? So that was the first incident that I remember. And that was back when I was disputing the $520. I disputed the $520. And then I noticed the vehicle that was on the app was no longer on the app as listed as being a vehicle, but down in a box for me to select to put back on the app. But it was burgundy. The second incident I had is the call from Huntington Bank, which I got another one again yesterday, wanting to speak to me about this dispute. That MasterCard somehow let them go back in the account and get this additional money that they didn't verify or get authorization by me. Then you overcharge me. I have no problem paying what I owe with this rental car. Yes, I do owe for 3 days because we couldn't get it extended on the 8th. So 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. The 11th was Friday. Okay, I was in a contract. They know I was in there to update my form of payment. Why do you convert me back as if I'm somebody that just came in and forgot to turn the car in and you charging me for 3 extra days? That's not what was happening. They ripping people off through that update the form of income shit. And I'm sick of it. So, I got a call from the Hertz lady, the Huntington Bank lady 2 days ago, asking me for anything. Did I have anything to show that they charged me $308? And that's when I made a video about the invoice, that the invoice had been switched because the invoice I had said charge on card MC number with a bunch of X's, and then it was the last 4 digits of my card number that was closed out, which it shouldn't have said. It should have been on the new card because this was a new vehicle on the new card. Then it came in and switched this shit. This motherfucker's watching my videos. This motherfucker need to be caught. And what I need you all to do is, if I have to upload a document or I hold up a document, I need you to remember the document. Because if I come on here talking about a switch, you need to be remembering. Because I believe I made a video of that invoice that said MC, charge on MC card, MasterCard, with a bunch of X's after, and then it had the last four of the card. If it is in that video, because I believe I made a video showing that, I put up both invoices. The one that said $520 and that $308. But didn't charge me $520. She didn't tell me anything about owing that. And that card that she gave me is the same as the other card. That's usually the amount that they have collected from you on the vehicle since you had it had the vehicle. But they somehow charged that to me. But I did owe for 3 days, but not at the rate of $65. It was $44.17. Now you add that to the $280 with your taxes, it ain't no $5.20. I don't owe you that. Fair is fair, right is right. Quit trying to cheat me, because it ain't right. So those are the 2 incidents that took place before I was informed that the car on the account is now showing blue. Why? I went to the rally. I'm posting videos with the card promoting Kamala Harris and Waltz. It's a blue card. Are you being funny? Y'all being funny? Switching the car? The color of the car? But that's what I noticed going on. And you know what? I'm fed up. And I'm sick of these motherfucking games here. I really am. I'm fucking fed up and sick of these motherfucking games that they playing through this app. I'm telling you, this shit got everything to do with the lottery. I'm tired of this shit. It's stupid shit. The dumbest shit I've ever seen. But that's the little situation I got going on now. Who changed the color of the car on the app? And if you able to do that, that means you accessing the the wallet on there where my earnings are. Now I gotta keep an eye out, make sure ain't shit on the up and up, shit ain't disappearing. Because when you ain't watching, they dipping and slipping and getting. This Dirty Trucking out.